Yes. All right. We are live for picks for April 17th on the MLB slate. Pockets, how'd your day go? How was yesterday? I know we didn't get a show going yesterday because of our other show, but how'd your day on the diamond go the last couple days?
Yeah, yesterday really good. That was one of my better days. I went 4-1. Um, Only loss was with the Braves, but hit with the Nationals, Brewers, Astros, and Jordan Alvarez over total bases. So that was nice. 4-1. I hit two and a half units about, and then today I didn't like. I loved the board yesterday. That's why I had so many games. But today I hated the board, didn't love it a lot, and I'm glad I stayed away because I lost with the Angels. Yeah, I should have known better. It just felt like a trappy, weird game with Patrick Corbin. I had something in my mind like he was going to shut them down, and of course he did exactly that. So yeah, I like the Angels, so I just kind of rode with what I liked the most, but that didn't come through. It's okay. Just one play today, and it was a loss, but we'll get it back. No worries. How was yours?
Not bad. Sitting 6-0. I actually did bet the Rangers money line. Just because of
Yeah,
how
so
bad the Angels were. But yeah, 6-0 going into tonight. I need these Mookie bases.
nice.
But he just got walked. So hey, two plate appearances in an inning, I'll take it. That's it's ideal
Hell
when
yeah.
you need some bases here. So um, yeah, pretty good day. Yesterday, not good. It was one of those days where anything I didn't bet hit, anything I bet missed. Of course, I had Phillies first five. They blow it in the fourth, and then of course they cover the full game run line. So one of those days, but it's 162 days game season. You're gonna have shit like that go on throughout the year. But
Yeah, it's a long season. I mean, we're only in mid-April. We've still got 5 more months of this to go, or six if you count the playoffs too. So a lot of baseball will be played. You're going to see some fluky crap happen, or just some frustrating results. You just got to kind of put your head down and try to bounce back the next day. If something like that happens.
yep, yep, we will survive. We will move on. Yeah, it's kind of why I've just been doing half units basically this year, just kind of feeling it out, see what teams are, see how pitchers are and players and whatnot. Pretty soon here I'll start going back to my normal units, but I always like to take it light for baseball season. Like you said,
That's
it's a
smart.
long 5 6 month season, so you'll have time. So no point in shooting your load right away, and shit goes south immediately, then you're really in a hole. So. Um, it is what it is. Shout out JD Kong. I need the wind info. I got you. I have it pulled up. We will we will definitely bring up wind on the show today. But a game that doesn't involve any wind. D-backs Marlins. We got Eduardo Rodriguez and Edward Cabrera, the GOAT. What do you got for this game?
Well, the D-backs offenses looked really good these two games. Yesterday they put up what, like 10 or 11. Today they put up 6. So nice offensive showing in Miami. Now they go up against Edward Cabrera. I haven't really loved Eduardo this year. He's got a 4.86 ERA. Just looking at some of his numbers, I mean, the strikeouts are there. He's striking at a lot of guys. So he's got some swing and miss stuff, but I do have some concerns in ways about some of his pitches. This is again a Miami offense who's been respectable this year, like at home especially. They're putting up runs. I know. Yeah, today they put up only two. I think they had a tougher matchup today with Brandon Fott. Brandon Fott
Yep.
is a good young starter. So I think tomorrow actually maybe a little bit of a better spot for them. I think they could tag a couple against Eduardo. I don't hate first five. I think if Eduardo Cabrera can come out and do well, first five could be a play. But I think Miami has a great shot at avoiding the sweep. I mean, getaway day, Arizona, they've already won the series. I lean to Miami on this one. It's an underdog play. I don't know if I'll officially get there with it, but leaning to the dog here.
Yeah. I'm kind of with you. I think I'm just going to bet an over. Um, Edward Cabrera, we know what he has been in the past. He's not good. He goes out and just gives up runs. Eduardo Rodriguez has not been sharp either. And if you look at Miami versus lefties this season, they've got 215 plate appearances, sub 20% strikeout rate, near 9% walk rate, 770 OPS, 135 ISO, and a 113 WRC plus. So they're above the Mendoza line there for versus lefties, and we know Eduardo Rodriguez not great. Pull up this pitcher chart here. Look at this xFIP. Funny enough, Eduardo Rodriguez, lowest xFIP on the board tomorrow, 274, sitting there with a 326 FIP right now. So he's projected to regress to the positive. But I don't know. This Marlins team is feisty. They can put up runs. How many base runners did they have today? I did not get eyes on this game. What
Yeah, I
did they
didn't see any of
have?
this game. I didn't get to watch a lot tonight. Kind of had a busy night, but I just saw the score, so I didn't really see how they did actual on offense.
Yeah, they had 7 hits and then 3 walks. So they had 10 base runners, scored two. Normally, when there's like an 8 runner difference between the runs scored and like hits and all that other shit, I like to back like a team total the next day. Um,
Hmm.
but I don't believe in Edward Cabrera, so I'm just going to circle this over here, 8.5. I'm just going to play that. Um, it is early in the day, getaway day, 8.5. So I mean, who knows what this Diamondbacks lineup could be potentially? That could be an issue. The Marlins team total is only 3.5 -115, and we know that this park is notorious for overs the last year and a half or so. So um, I'll put the over 8.5 up. I think no matter who Arizona rolls out there, I think they can still get to Cabrera here. You know, Marlins team total, if you want to take that, I don't hate it. But if Cabrera comes out and shoves and shuts down this D-backs lineup, whoever they put in, so be it. I'll go down with it. But if I think Miami's going to hit their team total, I think the D-backs are going to be able to put up runs too. So give me the over 8.5 in this game.
Yeah, I was looking at some of the splits on these hitters. I don't have a lot. It looks like Corbin Carroll, small sample size, but he does have a home run against Cabrera in his 4 at bats. Looks like he's 2 for 4 against him in his career, but everyone else in this lineup, it looks like very small sample size. So not a lot for these pitchers or against these hitters against these pitchers. So yeah, I mean Corbin Carroll, the way he's swinging it, if you can get a good price on him for total bases, that's another guy I would target. He's just a guy you kind of got to target until he gets back down to earth. But he's been awesome to start the season.
Yeah, he's been lights out. I mean, I don't know what his OPS is here offhand, but he's been going nuts this year. I'm sure he probably had covered his total bases bet tonight. Would be my guess. So yeah, he's been a monster. You really can't go wrong backing him right now. He's swinging a hot stick. So good look there. Nationals at the Pirates. We've got Trevor Williams versus Andrew Heaney, and didn't Andrew Heaney just go nuts his last time out?
I think so. Yeah.
Who
Let's
was
see.
that against?
Andrew Heaney.
At Cincinnati. Oh no! Since last game he got hit up, it was the game prior was the Yankees. The 7 innings, 1 hit or
Yeah,
one earned.
10 strikeouts.
Yep. Last game Cincinnati, 6 on the road, 6 innings, 3 hits, 4 earned, 1 homer, 2 walks, and 6 Ks. Um, so he walks a guy or two every game, so it's nothing like too serious if you're going 6, 7 innings. So I'll give you a free pass or two here and there, but this Pirates offense, man, I don't know. Like I like Trevor Williams. I think he's solid. And what do we got for Washington versus lefties here? Washington sub 100. They got a 91 WRC plus, 677 OPS, 155 ISO. Andrew Heaney, he did pitch well at home. He did blow up against Cincinnati, but that park is notorious just for giving up runs. Wind's only blowing out about 3 miles an hour tomorrow to left field, 53 degrees, clear. Noon 30 Eastern tip first pitch. God, did you see what happened to tonight's game? By the way, with McCutcheon,
I did not. What happened?
Lopez, the former Met that threw his glove into
Oh,
the stands. He
I okay. I
yeah,
was like, yeah, I heard a little bit about that. Yeah.
yeah, he's on Washington now, and he threw one up high, and if Cutchin didn't dive out, he would have got hit in the head.
Damn.
So benches cleared, and then he got tossed, and then immediately, what's his nuts? O'Neal Cruz grand slam to
Oh
right
shit.
field. So
Dang.
maybe they sparked a little something, put a little fire under their belly here potentially. Um, I just I just don't like what Washington does versus lefties here. The Pirates offense not great, 100%. They're not great, but Andrew Heaney has showed that he's solid this year. The Reds got him, so be it. Reds versus lefties this year, they are pretty bad. They're actually 29th in majors, so the fact that he got hit up is kind of scary. But he's at home. Nationals don't hit lefties well. It's getaway day. I'd be inclined to back Haney and the Pirates. I'm not sure what the bullpen did tonight. I'd have to take a gander quick. How many arms did they use? They used Caleb Ferguson and Chase Shugart, 8 and 18 pitches. Um, Bullpen wise, I believe they should be fine. If I can pull this up, here we go. Yeah, I mean, yesterday Baruki, Mize, and Nicholas went. So, I mean, Lawrence will be fresh. Santana will be fresh. Joey Wentz, if anything happens. But yeah, they should be fine. Overall, I think tomorrow bullpen wise and Washington used Lopez, Salazar, and Henry tonight, so they should be all right too. Maybe an under here, just knowing both of these offenses. Like Nationals offenses, they put it up, but going against the lefty is not their strong suit. Haney's been fine. The Pirates, I think, will be a little bit more fresh and have a little bit more pep in their step after what happened tonight and everything that followed. So I'll take the Pirates here.
Yeah, I don't really have a strong feel for this game. I don't like either pitcher. And the way I look at the Pirates this year is I really don't want to bet them much when they're a favorite, especially like 125. I don't know. I feel like right now I'd only want to bet them if they're more of an underdog. So that's just my way of them. Like the other day when I took the Nationals with Jake Irvin on the mound, like I just didn't understand why Pittsburgh was minus 135 with Mitch Keller. It made no sense.
Yeah.
So I thought there was just more value there on Washington. But I don't like Trevor Williams. And, you said a lot of the reasons why you're backing them is because, the lefty matchup. And that could be killer for the Nationals. We'll see what happens tomorrow. But yeah, I think we could see a lower scoring game. I think Trevor Williams, yeah, well, he's good at not walking batters. It looks like he's in the 82nd, 82 percentile in walks. So that's good. Only 4.4%. Gets a lot of ground balls for the most part. Just got to hope that he doesn't get it blown up. I mean, we've seen games where he can just be really bad,
Yeah.
but he has a good matchup tomorrow against this Pittsburgh offense. I think we could see a lower scoring game. Don't really trust either offense right now. And I don't know if I really trust either pitcher too. So this is a stay away for me, but I just would lean toward Washington because I don't really want to lay anything with the Pittsburgh Pirates right now.
Yeah, and to your point, maybe an under might be a better bet here. Obviously, both pitchers have shown the ability to get rocked, but they've also shown that they can be all right. And Pirates offense is really nothing to be scary. Maybe they got fired up after today, maybe not. But getaway day, wins just a slight breeze out. Bullpen should be good to go. I don't hate that under 8, to be honest. Um, I could easily see this being like a 3-2, 3-1 type of game.
Oh yeah.
Absolutely no problem with that. So yeah, maybe an under might be a better look here. But we'll see where I end up on tomorrow. Mariners, Reds. We've got the Wu Tang Clan, Brian Wu versus Brady Singer, going. And Brady Singer, after his first outing, has not looked too sharp this year. I don't know how you feel about him, but what do you got for this one?
Yeah, I know. Singer, he looked really good in that first start, and since then hasn't been great. I'm looking at some of his advanced metrics. So yeah, average exit velocity, not great against him. Hard hit percentage, I mean about 45.5%. I really like Brian Wu. He's one of my favorite like younger pitchers in MLB right now. I think he's just got a lot of good stuff. He doesn't walk a lot of hitters. XERA is 2.89, so pretty much supports what he's been doing this year. He's not getting lucky at all for most of the stuff here. I kind of like the Mariners here. I think I trust their bullpen more, and in coming into this matchup, I like Brian Wu a lot more than I do Brady Singer. So I think I would lean toward the Mariners. It's at what, minus 125? Yeah, minus 125
Yep.
for the money line. I do worry about their offense. It has been better lately, going back to that weekend series against Texas. So they've got that going for them. And this is more of a hitter's park. So maybe that helps them too tomorrow. Yeah, I think I lean stronger to Seattle here, mostly because of Brian Wu. I have more faith in him than I do to Brady Singer. And Singer gives up a lot of contact, especially a lot of fly balls too. This you got to remember, Brady Singer over the past few years has been a heavy fly ball pitcher. So that's another thing to be concerned about. Not sure exactly the weather. Maybe you can give us some thoughts on that and the wind, of course, that people like to know about the wind report. But yeah, Seattle would be my lean here on this game.
Yeah, the wind is blowing in tomorrow, actually, about 6 to 7 miles an hour, 61 degrees, partly cloudy. So, um, you know, overall, helps pitchers out. Digresses the bats a little bit, but still small park. And to your point, Seattle, first righties this year, they've on paper they've been fine. It's just struggling to get those runs that matter. They're sitting prior to today 10th, 695 OPS, 156 ISO, 113 WRC plus. They've only played four road games, 5 road games now, so I'm not going to really try to bother with the splits too much. Need a little bit more there. But Seattle also sitting here with a 32% hard hit, 41.5% ground ball versus it. So if they can, keep it from popping up and just getting it killed by the wind, I think they'll be fine. And then Cincinnati at home versus righties this year have not been great. Pull this up. WRC plus 252 plate appearances, 8.3% walk, 21.4% strikeout. So they're not striking out; they're putting the ball in play at least, but it's going nowhere. 665 OPS, 118 ISO, and an 80 WRC plus. That's good for 28th in the majors versus righties at home. So they're struggling overall. We have seen this Reds offense just pop up at times and just go bananas, but Brady Singer, I'm not a huge fan of. Wu Tang Clan, Brian Wu, I really like him. And we're going to get an offense that's on the road much better than they are at home, obviously. Like that's nothing shocking to say, but both these bullpens threw out a lot of guys today. I mean, Reds sent out Barlow, Rogers, Gabo, and Suter. And then Mariners did use Munoz tonight, so he's not going to be available tomorrow. But Gabe Spear, Vargas, Taylor, and Thornton also. And then if you look at the bullpens, Cincinnati yesterday, they used 5 arms as well. So now they're going to have Barlow's on a back-to-back. He's not going to be available. But all these guys, Suter only threw 12. So maybe he can go again if they need to. Gabo threw 14. Maybe he can go. But Barlow back-to-back not going. Taylor Rogers threw 21. So I doubt he gets any more run after that. And then Seattle's bullpen, they used 3 arms yesterday: Leguma, Bizzardo, and Snyder. So those guys will be available. Munoz not going to go. You know, you could get Spear again. He only threw 5. Vargas threw 12. Taylor threw 13. So you might get those guys back to back. Yeah, I'm with you. Give me the Mariners. It is getaway day. Who knows what the lineup will be, but they've been hitting the ball pretty well here in Cincinnati, and I like Brian Wu a lot more. So Mariners up, Trident's up. Let's go Mariners. I'm gonna take them tomorrow.
I like that. Yeah, might make my official card too. So I'm gonna circle this one.
I get back. All right, there we go. Back to action. Here we go. Next, the A's at the White Sox. We got J.P. Sears versus Davis Martin. Weather here, blowing in from right field, 15 to 17 miles an hour, breezy and cloudy.
Okay.
Not conducive to runs at all tomorrow. What do you think about this one?
Yeah, I mean Davis Martin, this guy outside of one start has been pretty good. Looking at his 2 game logs on the season, it looks like his rough start was against Detroit. Outside of that, he's been good. Lost to Boston, or no, sorry, he didn't. I don't know if he lost that game, but it was a great game. 6 strikeouts, just 1 walk, 1 earned run, 6 hits. And then against the Angels in his first start, 2 strikeouts. Looks like just 2 walks against them. No earned runs, only 2 runs allowed. That looks like they were because of an error or something. I'm a little worried that he's had some success maybe he continues that. But I do like JP Sears. I've been high on him these last few starts. I had him last week against the Mets. Got a little bit unlucky. That bullpen couldn't really hold the lead for them and gave up a couple runs after he left the game. But I think he can do enough against this White Sox lineup. I mean, I'm looking at the numbers here. White Sox don't profile well against lefties. Just from looking at their average and their short sample size of the season, they're batting just 199 against lefties this year, sitting with just a 569 OPS and a 257 on base percentage. So, not a lot of good stuff to like there. I do like this Oakland team. I think they could get to Davis Martin here. I do like maybe a team total over for the A's. So obviously, I don't want to lay that juice this time around in the early season with JP Sears, but I'm kind of looking at this one as a first five play for JP Sears in the Athletics and potentially a team total over. I think they get there with that too. I need to see what their team total is. I'm assuming it's probably around 4.5 or so. But yeah, I am targeting it for team total over and Athletics first five.
Yeah, I'm with you. I like the A's first five. I mean, you look at the lefties versus the White Sox here this season. Only 152 plate appearances, small sample. 7% walk rate, 28.3% K rate, 548 OPS, 101 ISO, and a 61 WRC plus. They're not hitting the ball hard, 26%, 43% fly ball rate. So, that's not going to be ideal versus JP Sears, 46% fly ball rate. So this kind of environment and situation with the weather tomorrow kind of works out best for them. So when they do get in the air, it's going to get, knocked down by the wind. I'm with you. A's, give me the A's. I see the totals up to 8 now. I wouldn't be opposed to, maybe a -1.5 because Davis Martin, kind of whatever. A's been solid. And once you get that bullpen in for the White Sox, it's game on for everybody. So I saw
Yeah.
somebody, Adams talking about a Nerfy and an under. I, I don't hate an under. I could easily see this being like 5-1, something like that. 4-1, anything like that. But the Nerfy's -125, so that's probably one of the better prices you'll get for a Nerfy now, which is kind of crazy compared to what it was. Still some juice you're
Yeah.
going to pay, but I could see it happening. I don't hate it. I don't bet Nerfies. I bet probably one a year, and I hate every second of it.
Yeah.
Far too stressful for me. So I don't hate that. But yeah, it would be A's -1.5, game under for me. I just don't see those Sox having much success here. JP Sears, we like him, and this situation is conducive for him to have a good game and bounce back here. I forget if you had mentioned his last game or game
Yeah.
logs. Yeah, you did. Yeah, Mets, and then at Colorado and at Seattle.
Mhm.
At Seattle, he was fine, but yeah, Colorado, you only give up 3 through 6. That's great. And the Mets have that ability to just pop up. And, they kind of hit him around a little bit. No big deal. Um, don't see the White Sox doing that. So yeah, A's, maybe even a double result for the A's.
Yep.
See if they have those up here yet.
And another quick thing, I
Yep.
was just looking a little bit more into Davis Martin and his profile. I mean, the Savant page is pointing to a ton of regression. So it looks like he's been getting quite a bit lucky on his 3 starts. Like I said, the one game he did get hit hard and lost, but the other 2 starts are showing is maybe a little bit more luck. He has an xERA of 7.08. And that's still with a 4.24 ERA right now. I mean, the whiff percentage is not there. K percentage is not good. Only good thing really I see here is maybe his chase percentage and walks. He's not walking a ton of hitters, but the hard hit percentage is there against him, 14th percentile. I'm a little worried about the regression. So yeah, I think I'm targeting the A's here. Pretty much first five team total over. I might play it both ways or figure out which one I like more tomorrow.
Yeah, see +105 for that first five over 2.5 for the A's. So
I like that.
yeah, not a bad look at all. Trying to see the arms. Yeah, Mason Miller went today, so he won't be going. Leclerc and Ferguson both through 27, 28. McFarland, the White Sox bullpen, it's whatever. Doesn't matter who they send out there. They did DFA Clevenger today, unfortunately. So that kind
Did they
of,
really?
yep,
Oh
that's
shit.
that
I
sucks.
missed
But
that.
yeah, I mean, it's whether he stayed or they brought somebody else up. I don't think it's really going to matter too much.
Yeah.
So yeah, A's first five or the -1.5. I don't hate either of those looks at all tomorrow. You're getting +110, +115. Shop around for the A's full game run line there. Next up, heading back to Philly. Final game, Giants at Phillies. We were talking about this one a little earlier. It's Jordan Hicks Day, and Christopher Sanchez is going for the Giants. You had brought up these numbers. If you want to kick us off for this one.
Yeah. So Christopher Sanchez has maybe been, I mean, I know Wheeler's been doing a fine too, but Nola's been awful. Christopher Sanchez has actually looked like arguably their best starting pitcher. And I know the Giants haven't profiled really well against lefties this year. I had the numbers. Let me find it here. Versus lefties, the Giants, where they at? Here we go. So yeah, 210 average, just a 666 OPS, 395 slug. I know they're not getting as many plate appearances. Usually, you're going to see a lot of right-handed pitchers in baseball, but still, you got to look at those numbers early on in the season, and it doesn't seem like they're doing very well against them. But Christopher Sanchez coming off a strong start, only starter to win against St. Louis over the weekend, and that was with Nolan Wheeler on the mound. So, yeah, he's looked good. I think he even beat the Dodgers, if I'm not mistaken. Did he beat the Dodgers when he pitched against them? I
Let me
I think
check.
it was this. I think it was him against Glasnow. If I'm remembering off the top of my head, and I believe Glasnow was awful in that game. But Sanchez did well. I think he gave up like a couple runs early, but held his own and did great. So yeah, I know the Philly has looked a little bit off in the past week. Like I said, going back to that St. Louis series and even in this Giants series, like the pitching just hasn't been there. The offense isn't really clicking entirely. I think this might be a Philly spot though. I think they can get to Jordan Hicks. I think Jordan Hicks has good stuff. I do worry about his control though. Sometimes he just walks a lot of batters, and I think this could be a tough matchup for him. A lot of lefties in this matchup for Philly. You know, Schwarber, Harper, Stott, all the guys that we know about. I don't know if I want to play at 1.5. I know it's sitting at plus money, which is nice, but I think I'm kind of targeting first five here for the Phillies. I think they get off to a hot start against Jordan Hicks, and Sanchez can hold them afloat. So first five Phillies is a strong lean for me right now.
Yeah, I completely agree. Sanchez versus the Dodgers, 5 2/3, 6 hits, 4 earned, 2 homers, 1 walk, 9 strikeouts. So the strikeout stuff's there. The last game, at St. Louis, got the win. He only had 8 hits, 1 earned, 2 walks, and 3 strikeouts. So he kind of fell short after that crazy strikeout game versus the Dodgers. But Giants not that great. Who knows what this lineup will be because they've already won the series. So who knows exactly? Um, I do feel like that you go with the Phillies here. Jordan Hicks coming in, not to mention they used Trevino, Duvall, and Bivens out of the bullpen today.
Mm-hmm.
Phillies though. I mean, just today they gave up 9 walks, and
Wow.
Nolan Hernandez accounted for 7 of them. So the amount of free base runners that San Fran got today, and they took advantage of them. And like we said, Chris Sanchez can definitely give up some walks, so that's a little scary. I really want to bet another over in this series, but Giants first lefties not the ideal spot, and Philly their bullpen is. I mean, Alvarado went 30 yesterday. I doubt he pops out tomorrow. Strom you'll probably see. He only went 7. Kirkering only went 11 yesterday. Didn't pitch today, so you'll probably see those two tomorrow. Romano also, but other than that, I mean, Ross through 26 and Hernandez through 41. So unfortunately, we won't see Carlos Hernandez, but or fortunately, I should say, as Philly backers, we're not going to see him tomorrow. So I think the Phillies bullpen's in a better spot. I think they're hungry. They got to win one. They got to win one. It's just a matter of how many free base runners will Sanchez give up, and will the Giants take advantage of them? Weather blowing out towards first baseline, foul territory, 7 miles an hour tomorrow, 61 degrees, and clear. So I'll take the Phillies with you. What's their team total actually? Oh, there's a grand slam for Colorado.
No way.
We've got a
I don't have.
5-7 game in the third. Holy
Holy
Toledo, that fucking
shit.
over was free.
Wow.
I
I
was
mean,
worried about Bobby Miller in his first
yeah,
start.
dude. He freaking. I mean, he since last year, like he had that really good start. I think he had one or two really good starts last season. We're like, wow, okay, Bobby Miller's good, and then he just fell off. So
Yeah,
maybe he sucks.
he might just suck. You're 100% right. Like not good. He's up to like 50 some pitches, I believe, too, in the third inning. And
Wow.
they've got it's not going great.
Arguably the worst
Yes,
offense in baseball.
yep, Yeah, easily. And they're on the road. They're not even in Colorado. That's the funny thing. Phillies team total 4.5 plus 105 tomorrow. Don't necessarily hate that. We've seen them put up runs in this series anyway.
Oh yeah,
Let me pull
and I
this.
was I was pulling up some more stats on Jordan Hicks. I mean, he hasn't been good this year. That ERA is sitting at north of 5. I mean, there's a little bit of like the xERA is 4.12, but that's still not great. I mean, the chase percentage is really down. His average exit velocity against him is down. Hard hit percentage. There's a lot of concerning things here about Jordan Hicks, and I saw him during his time in St. Louis. I never thought he was a starter. He's a
No,
bullpen guy. He's got great velocity, and that's really what a bullpen guy has. Like throw gas out of the bullpen. I just don't think it's sustainable. I don't think he's a starter in the majors. Maybe he's going to stick it into it for maybe a couple of years, but I think long term he's a reliever. So yeah, Philly has a great opportunity tomorrow to jump on him, and if they can't score some runs, I don't know what else to say, but they should be able to. I don't think Jordan Hicks shuts them down.
no. Which really makes me want to bet an over. I really think Sanchez has a good outing. Is the thing. I mean, the first five is minus 125 on the run line for the Phillies. Um, Probably not a bad way to go, but I'm gonna go Phillies minus 1.5 plus 125. I think the bullpen's in a better
I like it.
position. We're not sure what the Giants lineup will be, considering they won the series. Um, Phillies off of getting embarrassed today. They had plenty of base runners. I think 12 or 13 of them couldn't get them home.
Yep.
Um, and Giants can't hit lefties. So yeah, I'll take the minus 1.5 plus 125 for the Phillies. Um,
One more thing too to say is like it's hard to go against the Giants right now just because of their offense, but just keep this in mind. This is their last game of this long road trip they've had. They played 3 in New York, and then this will be their 4th in Philly. Maybe they just really want to get home. You never know, man. You
yeah,
never know. Those day games, the last day of a road trip, always you kind of see a team kind of let down. Not saying the Giants are going to, but it could happen. So I kind of like that too. Philly, maybe a little bit more urgency for a victory tomorrow.
Mickey Moniak homer. We have a 6-7 ball game in LA.
Wow.
Holy shit! It's quarter after 10, and we're in the third inning with one out. Bobby
That's
Mill,
insane.
78 pitches for Bobby.
Wow. That's crazy.
Man, he had a 7-1 lead, and now he's about to blow it all in an inning to the Rockies. My
Jeez, that's all. I
lord.
mean, that right there is just a sign that, yeah, like I said, he might just suck, man.
Yep. Hey, there's a strikeout. No way that's his seventh strikeout.
7?
No way. Is that his seventh? Yeah, 7 strikeouts.
Wow,
7 strikeouts through 8 outs, and he's given up six. That's a
that's
hilarious
insane.
stat line.
That is hilarious.
Oh my.
Wow.
Um, yeah. So Phillies minus 1.5 for me in this one. I will. I'll roll the dice with the Phillies. Get it done here. And to your point, yeah, just get home. Whatever, guys. We won the series. Let's just
Yeah,
swing at everything. Get the hell out of here. Well, I'll say like a 5-2 game or something. For Philly,
yeah,
I'll take that.
I like that.
Adam Westbury, not. I mean, if you're into parlays, not terrible. I don't hate it. Phillies and A's run line plus 377.
Yeah,
That could be some nice daytime baseball sweat. Or this is
I like
afternoon,
that.
so afternoon baseball sweat, not bad. Next, Guardians, Orioles. We got Tanner Bibee, however you want to say it, and Tamayuki Sugano going. Sugano not been great this year. Let me pull up his numbers here. Yeah, I believe he got lit up his last game. 8 hits, 3 earned through 4 2/3 against Toronto at home, but he's given up 6 earned through 14 innings this year, 2 homers, 5 walks, only 5 strikeouts. So, and 4 of those came in one game against Kansas City. So, Cleveland, we know, not a heavy strikeout team. I got to double check this year. I know they've been a little wonky for their standards. Yeah, 22.3%, not terrible. Um, the Orioles, they scored today. What was that? 9-1. Cleveland had 8 hits. How many walks did they get? Eight. They had 10 total base runners, only brought in one. Um, and Gavin Williams walked 4. McKenzie walked 1. So 5 extra base runners for them. They had 7 hits. Scored 9 runs on 7 hits. So yeah, you walk guys, that's going to happen to you all the time. So Bybee in this one, Let me pull up his numbers so far this year. Bybee. Yeah, 24.4% hard hit, 44.4% ground ball and fly ball percentage. Wind is breezing out to right field, 3 miles an hour tomorrow. Wind's going to die throughout the game to be less than 1 mile an hour projected by the end of the game. So clear, 65 degrees, nice weather. Cleveland offense, I think, has really kind of stepped up lately. They've really started to show up, being more of what we thought they were. They had 10 base runners, only got one run today. Um, I think they're kind of favored for a reason tomorrow. This 122 price, I'm seeing minus 118, juiced over 8.5. Their team total, 4.5 minus 110. I'm gonna back Cleveland here tomorrow. Let me see what the who they say. Cantillo and McKenzie went today for Cleveland, and so that means their bullpen should be pretty fresh. Unfortunately, you do run the risk of Clase coming. He pitched yesterday, but we saw last year they'll run his ass out there 7 days in a row. They don't give a shit. Um, so Kate Smith, Sewald only went four. I think the Orioles bullpen kind of they did get used today. I mean, Cano went, Soto went, Baker, and then Aiken also went. I'll back Cleveland here tomorrow. Bounce back after that. I think they'll have the better pitcher on the bump with Bybee. Um, and given the circumstance, he doesn't give up a lot of hard percentage. Orioles offense has been so up and down and hit or miss, very inconsistent. Guardians have started to show life as of the last week or so. I'll back them to over Stagano and the Orioles here tomorrow.
Yeah, I think I'm probably agreeing with you here. I'm looking at Sagano, man. His profile is not great. I mean, the ERA, he's still expected to have a higher ERA than what it is now. xERA of 5.90. Whiff percentage is bottom 4 percentile. K percentage is second. There's just a lot of bad things for the Sagano guy. He's 35, so he's up there in like pitcher's age. He's not getting young, and he's kind of come into the league and hasn't really done great. So I know he faced the Blue Jays twice, and yeah, like you said, Cleveland's offense. I know it's not, doesn't have the hottest names in the lineup. You still got Jose Ramirez. You've got Stephen Kwan who can set the table. I think they can do enough here. I lean to Cleveland. I also leaned a little bit to the over. I think Bybee has looked a little concerning at times too. Like his numbers show that the xERA is about where it should be. The average exit velocity against him, 86.5%. He's doing fine there. I think he has somewhat of a tough matchup against Baltimore. We've seen the Baltimore offense do well, and sometimes it goes cold. But I think I'm trusting the better pitcher here, and that's Tanner Bybee. So I'm with you. I think Cleveland's the play. I did lean to the over too. We'll see if it gets there. It looks like it's gone over in both games. So we hit 9 today, I believe. It was 8-1, and then the other day was 6-3. So yeah, 9 runs both games. I think we could also see another higher scoring game, but I do like Cleveland as well. I'm going to lean with them. I don't really have a lot of good things to say about this Sugano guy.
Yeah. Yeah. Is he a rookie, quote unquote rookie this year?
I believe so. I think they signed him in the offseason, and because I'm not seeing anything from last year, I'm on his
Yeah.
profile page here. It just shows 2025. So yeah,
Yeah.
I think he is.
Definitely a rookie. 35-year-old rookie. I
Yeah.
feel like if you probably didn't come over from uh, Korea or Japan or wherever they got him at this point in your career, it was probably for a reason. So I'm sure they took a stab at a nice deal, and I don't know if it's panning out. Again, long season. Maybe it'll work out. It's still chilly, so maybe it's affecting them a little bit. But yeah,
Yep.
sounds like Guardians up, and you said over.
Yes, lean to the over as well. Yep.
Yep.
Yeah.
Also, all these prices I got about an hour and a half, 2 hours ago. So they definitely have changed a little bit.
Mhm.
So it's in the ballpark of these numbers.
And I was looking at if it's up. I don't know if it's up yet. No, it's not, unfortunately. But I do like a player like Stephen Kwan against a pitcher like this. I think this is a really good matchup for him because Kwan's really hard to strike out. And the Sagano guy doesn't strike a lot of hitters out, as I referenced, just in the bottom 2 percentile in strikeout, 8.1%. So I like Stephen Kwan tomorrow. I'm going to see what his total basis props are. maybe even like a run or RBI. There, that should be something for some plus money. So I'm looking at Steven Kwan tomorrow. He's my target to have a big game against Sagano.
Yeah, I'm with you. Don't hate that one bit. Next, little AL Central game here. We got Royals Tigers. Reese Olson versus Michael Lorenzen here. Um, Weather wise, what do we got? Wind blowing in at 10 miles an hour. That's perfect because what I like to do for AL Centrals is just back the unders. A lot. I mean, Tigers' offenses look kind of whatever lately. I know they busted up the Brewers 9-0 the other day, but other than that, would they put up three total runs in the next two games?
Yep.
Now you're going to go back home. Obviously, great spot, but the wind's blowing in big time here. And just looking at uh, what's his name? Lorenzen, 33% fly ball. So if it does get up, it's going to get knocked down. But he's got a 50% ground ball rate, 39% hard hit. So not ideal, but with the wind blowing in and the Tigers offense kind of looking like it's in a little bit of a slump, I get they were on the road prior to the Brewers series, I believe. So yeah, maybe getting home, maybe they'll like it a little more and get woken up. But I'm inclined to take the under here. Lorenzen's been fine, not great, but fine. Royals offense we know can't score. So I mean, if I think the only way this goes over is if the Royals lose, but they score 3 runs or so. Obviously, I think then we're kind of in jeopardy. But if the Royals win, it's going to be a low scoring game, and if the Tigers win, I still think the Royals are going to struggle to score. They had the day off, so bullpens will be, or well, they pitched earlier today, so they'll have a little bit of an extra time off here, given that this is a night game and they played noon o'clock or whatever. They only used Herter and Vest today too, so bullpen should be good to go. I will, and Royals were off today, so I will take the I'll take the under 8 in this game. Thinking this is going to be somewhere like a 4-1, 4-2 type of game.
Yeah, I don't really know how you can bet the over with these two teams right now, especially the Royals. I just looked at their previous 9 games, and they have gone 3 runs or less in 8 of those 9 games. So the offense has just been terrible. I mean, looking at those numbers, like I said, the only game they scored more than 3 was against Cleveland on Sunday. It was 4-2. Outside of that, they're not scoring any more than 3 runs. They were shut out in 2 of those games, 1 run in a couple of those games. Like they're scoring no more than 3. So yeah, until the Kansas City offense can snap out of it, I really don't want to do anything with them or an over in their play. I took them the other night on an over play with the Yankees. I just thought they were going to put up some runs against Carrasco, and they couldn't even hit Carlos Carrasco. So I think that kind of gives you an idea of where their offense is right now. And so, yeah, lean to Detroit. I don't like that price. It's a little too juiced to take the money line. But if you think they can jump on the runs in early, I think first 5 could be a play. I think Reese Olson does enough here to get them home. But yeah, I think under is a good look. Just the way these two teams are swinging, especially Kansas City. I can't get behind Kansas City right now.
Yeah, no. Got to show it to me, and it's got to be consistent. If they come out and score 6, 7 runs tomorrow, so be it. I'm not going to be too worried about that offense. If they do it, if they score like 15 runs or something in the series, in the 3-4 game series, whatever it is, maybe we start to look at maybe the Royals offense is waking up a little bit, but
Yeah.
they've shown absolutely nothing. And then not to mention, just for funsies, let me pull up their splits versus righties.
Oh yeah.
Second worst in the majors. That is behind Miami, the White Sox, and Pittsburgh. They're only better than um, Colorado, but WRC plus wise, they're sitting 571 OPS, which I believe is the worst. Yep, worst OPS in the majors. A 103 ISO, 62 WRC plus. So they're not doing absolutely anything versus righties whatsoever. This might be a sneaky spot for maybe an Olsen record win
Yeah.
potentially.
Yeah.
I'm sure you're going to get a nice price on that. Um, it'd be as good a chance as any against this Royals team. Um, History wise, 80 plate appearances, 22.5% strikeout, 8.8 walk rate. He's given up 4 home runs. Bobby Witt, shocker, the guy that hurts him. 6 for 11, a double, triple, 2 homers, only 2
I saw that
strikeouts.
too.
So
Yeah.
Maybe if you want some Bobby Witt props, but other than that, I wouldn't touch anybody in this lineup, this Royals
Yep.
lineup personally. So, I
Yeah.
mean, even if
That
you want a reverse correlation parlay, maybe you take Bobby Witt 2+ bases, Tigers win. A little reverse correlation here, get a 3.5 to 1, something like that. Who knows?
that's what I was gonna say. If there's anybody in this lineup you want to target, it's got to be Bobby Witt, especially with the numbers Trevor just said. I mean, the 545 average, 2 home runs in those at bats. That he seems to do really well against them. So I don't hate that. If you like some total base props or some kind of player props regarding Bobby Witt Jr., I think that could be a good look tomorrow. Like we just said.
Yeah, another maybe a little fun sprinkle potentially. First plate appearance for MJ Melendez, strikeout. 0 of 9, 7 strikeouts
Holy
versus
shit!
Olson. So I mean,
Wow.
maybe that could be a little fun, little sprinkle. Just got to have a fun prop on the card tomorrow.
Yeah,
That would be a little fun. I might be inclined. I'm gonna write that down.
that's fun.
Uh,
Yeah, I'll throw that down too. First plate appearance, strikeout for Melendez.
yep. I don't think that market will be up yet, but I'll take a
Yeah.
gander at that. If we get a nice price, I'm not going to take even money plus one, plus 150. But if we're going to get 2 to 1 or something, I
Yep.
will. I'll definitely throw a little bit of lunch money on that for sure.
Absolutely.
Yankees Rays. Now the funny thing is, this is in the Yankees spring break, um, uh,
Spring training.
spring train. Thank you, spring training ballpark here at Steinbrenner Stadium. What do you think about this? I mean, look at this price.
I know. Man. Let's see here.
What the hell?
Hold on, I need to pull this something up here. Um, yeah, this is interesting. I mean, the Rays have been good. I mean, this year so far they've been good. I know tonight they got shut out, lost 1-0. I don't really like this Warren guy. I think he is definitely like a pitch to contact kind of player. That this Tampa Bay offense should have success against them. I do like Taj Bradley a lot too. I think Taj Bradley has done really well in his short career. He just needs to stay healthy, of course. He's only 24 years old, but a lot of potential there with him. Great strikeout to walk ratio, just 21 strikeouts to 6 walks. So love that about him. He's not going to usually give you a free pass. I think the line's kind of telling, man. I think this is a Rays play. I think the better starting pitcher here. I don't think the Rays bullpen is far off from the Yankees. I think the Yankees has some guys in there. Even I mean, Devin Williams hasn't been like super locked down. I think there's been some games where he's put some guys on base. So if it comes to that, I don't think Devin Williams is like absolutely a lockdown right now. So I kind of lean the Rays here. I think the price is telling, sitting there at the minus 118. I'm going to lean the Rays here. I like Taj Bradley a lot.
Yeah, I'm with you. I feel like this price is like they're just kind of begging you to bet the Yankees. And to your point, I do like Taj Bradley too. His hard hit percentage is only 22.5% this year.
Hmm.
So that's really low. Wind tomorrow, blowing out to right field, 5.5 miles an hour. It will be 82 degrees at first pitch. Settle around 75 towards the end of the game. So not not bad hitting weather. But Taj has been pretty damn good versus lineup. Very limited, 22 plate appearances. But they're 2 of 19. Aaron Judge 0 for 3 with a strikeout. Volpe 0 for 5. Um, yeah, they haven't been great. 6 strikeouts, but he does have 3 walks. So I mean, the 13.6 walk percentage looks a little high, but again, only 22 plate appearances for that. So it is what it is. But given this price and what the Rays offense has been doing, I think they were a little dead tonight, knowing what they have on deck here with the Yankees,
I
which
kind
is
of like
which
that
is
too.
yeah, which
Yeah.
is the reason I bet the Red Sox tonight. I'm not gonna lie, I accidentally apparently I didn't even know it. I double dipped on the under and Red Sox money line, so getting that extra money hitting the account, had no idea where it was from. Nice to see that was an absolute sweat free under apparently for the 9.5. But yeah, I like this Rays offense. Taj Bradley, very limited, been solid. Yankees do crush righties, so that does worry me a little bit. I still might be inclined with an over here, though. I don't think the Yankees will get shut out. I think they can score 3 or 4, but I think the Rays are going to, tee off on Warren here and this Yankees bullpen. Who did they use today? Actually, that kind of matters a little bit. Yeah, they snuck by Kansas City today, 3 to 4 too. So I'm sure they used Leiter and Fernando Cruz went. I know Williams and what's his nuts. Williams and Weaver went yesterday, back-to-back days for both of them, so they had off today. Might get some run tomorrow. I'm gonna guess they probably don't use them, so they're not going 3 or 4 days. Would be my guess. So I think this is probably going to be one of your better chances for the Rays here in this series. So I'll ride Rays money line with you too. Let's raise up. Let's get this. Let's get this money line tomorrow.
Yep, and another guy I want to give a shout out here to a hitter in this Tampa Bay lineup who I really like, Jonathan Aranda, off to a super hot start. Look up his profile right now.
Yeah,
He's his X batting average, X slug, at velocity. It's all 99th percentile. Like he is having a great start, and it doesn't look like it's a fluke right now. Hard hit percentage, 99th percentile. Barrel percentage 96. I mean, he's hitting 396, 464 on base, and a 1.193 OPS. So this is a guy I'm strongly targeting for total bases. I think he has a great matchup against Will Warren. Warren doesn't have a lot of. I mean, his strikeout percentage is actually better than I thought, but the barrel percentage against 11th percentile, average exit velocity 11th. So a lot of things that kind of favor this Aranda guy. So definitely targeting him. I want to see what his player props look like tomorrow, but targeting a lot of him is going to be one of my leans to this game. So yeah, love that guy. He looks awesome so far.
yeah. I think he's like top five in majors in like OPS or something too. I think he's like
Yep.
right below Aaron Judge or right above Aaron Judge, something like that.
Mm-hmm.
He's been going bananas. So let's hope he shows up again again here tomorrow. But yeah, I don't hate that prop at all. I mean, if you've been backing him this year, you've been making some really nice coin on Mr. Miranda or Aranda, sorry, here this year. Yeah, so raise up. Let's get it done here tomorrow. Let's beat them on their own spring training park.
Let's go. That'd be interesting. Like for the Yankees, like coming into the stadium, like it's your home, like for spring training, and you're playing as a road team. Yeah, it's. I mean, it's so weird playing in two minor league parks this year. Some of these teams.
Yeah. Yeah, Sacramento and or the Athletics and the Rays. Yeah, it's definitely
Yep.
different.
Yeah,
I think the Rays like playing outside instead of inside too. Their
I do
offense has
too.
looked so much better
Yeah,
this year too. I know you could argue the competition hasn't been amazing, but still they're showing up. They're beating up the bad teams, which
yep,
their win loss doesn't say that, but they're scoring record or scoring runs. So I think they're a fan of it.
100%.
We got your boys here, Cardinals, Mets. We've got Griffin Canning and who was this other guy? Forget. Of course, my list is slowing up here. Here we go. Canning and Palante, Mr. Ground Ball.
Yeah, I mean, I, the Cardinals are pleasantly surprising me this year. I came in knowing they weren't going to be absolutely terrible. I think the books disrespected their total for wins, but the offense, like there's just a different vibe with this team. Like compared to last year, just totally different vibes. And the pitching for somehow, I don't know how it has because in my opinion, we have a lot of bums in our rotation, has been really good the past week. Like Steven Matz today, 1 run. And I think he shut down like his next 15 hitters after giving up the first 2 hits in the game. So credit to him. Did well in his start. Palante, arguably outside of Sonny Gray, has been the Cards' best starting pitcher. And like you said, ground ball guy. Doesn't get not gonna have a lot of fly balls. So you got that going for him against a team like the Mets, who have Soto and Alonso who hit for power. The way the Cardinals are playing right now, it's kind of hard for me to want to back Griffin Canning here, especially with this Cards offense. I know yesterday they only put up they got shut out to Hunter Brown. Hunter Brown's really good though. You got to respect Hunter Brown and what he's done in his young career. But at this price, I don't know if I want to lay 142 with Griffin Canning, especially for how well the Cardinals are playing right now on the money line. So plus 120, that would be my lean. I don't know if I'll get there officially with it, but I like Palante. He's doing well so far, and this offense is clicking. So lean to the Cardinals. If you don't like the money line and you don't trust them to win, I think a team total over could be good for them too.
Yeah, I'm with you. Cardinals money line for me. I don't trust this Mets offense. Winds blowing in from right field, 8 to 6 miles an hour, 58 degrees. Um, just the Mets offense just has not been clicking so far. Let me pull this up here. Ground ball, yeah, they're 43.43.5% ground ball, only a 28.4% hard hit. Their offense hasn't clicked really well, and the fact that they were giving up runs to the Twins is kind of alarming.
Mm-hmm.
I know the wind was blown out a little bit, but still, you gave up like three or four to the Twins through 3 innings. Like that's kind of alarming. Um, Canning, he's all right. I don't hate him, but I low key kind of like Palante here, and getting a plus price for the better offense here. I will take it. Give me the Cardinals with you. Let's ride.
I like it. Yeah, I mean, looking at Griffin Canning's profile just hasn't been impressive. Just a lot of low numbers, xERAs in the fives, average exit velocity against him, and hard hit percentage. Yeah, I think the Cardinals offense can put up some runs here. I like them.
Yeah, and to that point versus righties, seventh in the majors, 472 plate appearances. So it's getting to the point where you might have to start to filter out the last 3 weeks for it, but still sub 20% strikeout rate, 7.5% walk rate, 779 OPS, 158 ISO, and a 121 WRC plus. Like they've been hitting. Mets have not. Let's go. Give me the money line for the Cardinals.
Yep, Cardinals top five in offense for runs scored, and I think the Mets were like 20. So a little bit of a gap between those two teams and the runs scored so far.
Adam Canning's a righty,
Yep,
so perfect for us. Final game of the day. We got the Angels at the Rangers. Shout out the Rangers tonight. I know that screwed you.
it's okay.
Brutal. Should have been more runs in that game. I was surprised that it was four total
Yeah.
runs, especially with Corbin on the bump. I was just expecting both pitchers to get hit, but guess not. It is what it is. But we got Kakanowitz versus Kumar Rocker. How do you feel about these guys tomorrow?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't like either starting pitcher here. I know I expected more runs tonight too. Like go figure. Patrick Corbin goes 5 or 6 innings and gives up just one run. So do we see that again tomorrow? I'm not sure. I think we could see some runs in this game, especially the Angels. They've been quiet the last 3 games. I think they put up three on Sunday against Houston, just one yesterday. I can't remember exactly yesterday, but they got one run today. I think they got shut out yesterday, actually. So the offense has been quiet. I think they could maybe put up something here against Rocker and this Angels guy. Is it Kokonowit? How do you say it?
I think it's Kakanowitz,
Kokonowitz. Okay. Yeah.
the cock man.
Yeah. I'm not too high on him too. He kind of came back to life against Houston. His recent start. I think I would target the over here. I don't really trust either starting pitcher, and we've been seeing some pretty low scoring games in the series. I think we could see some runs. I don't really trust either bullpen either. I know they've been better this series, but I think we could get to an over here. So lean to the over at 9.5 in this matchup.
Yeah, 100%. I don't trust Rocker and then Kanowitz this year. 6, 2, and 2 earned. Those runs he's given. There was 11 total runs. He's given up 10 earned, 3 homers, 6 walks, and only 9 strikeouts. And on the road, he's given up two to the White Sox through 6 innings, 4 strikeouts, so and a home run. So congrats. But at Houston, 4 and 2/3, 6 hits, 6 earned, 3 walks, and only 1 strikeout. I think this Rangers offense is kind of coming alive a little bit here. As of late, I know they didn't score anything, but there were 20 total base runners today with 4 runs. I don't expect that to happen tomorrow.
No.
Give me the over with you. I do not want to back either one of these pitchers. And with Rocker, I'm 99.9% sure is a righty. Um,
Yes, I believe so.
yep. They've never seen him, but he's a righty, and the Angels versus righties is who you want to target. They are sitting eighth this year versus righties, 759 OPS, 218 ISO, 116 WRC plus. I think we're going
Yikes.
to get runs here tomorrow, and if I had to pick a side, it would be the Angels. Don't want to back Rocker. Um, I think he's going to be good in the long run, but right now he has not been sharp this year. So side Angels, but I'm going to be on the over 9.5 in this one. I think this is going to be a high scoring game, similar to this this Dodgers Rockies game. I think
Yeah,
we're going to get something similar to that here tomorrow.
I like it.
Do you have a favorite player to tomorrow, or strong leans that you're liking so
Yeah.
far?
Yeah. So of all the games that we talked about, I think right now I am leaning pretty strong. I like the Rays. I think the Rays are a good look for me tomorrow. I think the biggest reason is just the fade to Warren. I think they can score some runs against him, and I trust Bradley. And then I like that A's look. but I think I was looking at first five or team total over for the Athletics. And what was my last one that I was strongly leaning toward? I think Seattle was my other one I had written down here. Yeah, Seattle money line against Cincinnati. Those were like three of my pretty strong leans at the moment. I might take more, and I'm gonna look into these a little bit more to make it official. But anything I officially post or play, I will post on my page through Twitter/X.
Absolutely, yeah, and that's right below. It'll scroll by again at Deep Pockets Bet. Great follow. I mean, he college basketball, football, baseball, everything. He's got you covered there too. My two favorites tomorrow, I'm gonna have to go with Royals Tigers under 8. Really like that, and then I really like the Guardians tomorrow. Um,
Yeah.
Cheap price there. I'm a big fan of it. So yeah, Royals Tigers under 8, Guardians. Those would be my two favorites, and then the Melendez first plate appearance strikeout. If we're getting a nice price, that's gonna be a fun little sweat to have. A couple of bucks on. Hopefully double it up real quick right out the gate. So
Yep.
that's going to be it. Again, you can follow him on Twitter right below, scrolling right there. Deep Pockets Bets. You guys know where to find me on X as well at Stewie Picks. I post everything. I'm going to try to have it all out tonight. If not, I will definitely have it out before the games, but should be out tonight for me. So Pockets, appreciate you.
Yes, sir.
Good to go tomorrow, or you got? I know you said you were busy at some point this week.
I think yeah, I'll have to see tomorrow. If it's tomorrow, it might be a little later. I know you're doing the late show still tonight, right? And all
Yeah,
those other nights.
15 and 18 minutes or whatever at
Okay.
11 o'clock. So
I I might be TBA. I'll let you know. I might be home a little bit earlier or later. I need to figure out my schedule. But if I'm home in time, I'll give you a heads up, and we can shoot for another one around this time, like tonight.
works for me. Absolutely.
Cool.
Everyone in the chat, appreciate you. Hasty, Westbury, Sana, who wasn't? Scott Gilmore, Fellows. Appreciate you all.
Yeah.
Richard Chop Kicks, Jay Kong, all of you guys, Brunson. Appreciate you all. We will see you next time, and good luck tomorrow. Let's cash some friggin' tickets.